I'm standing in a spot that last February, this is now mid-August, morning is foggy. Last February I began to flood this, use the pigs to flood it, run water across it to thaw it, to hasten the thawing. The ground was frozen solid, and the pigs then began to root it. They basically ended up plowing it all, and then I came along behind them hoeing contour ditches. That work is not finished, but it worked. It worked just fine, And I'm panning now because this whole area I did that with. I mean, the hogs basically, or pigs, plowed all of that up, and I didn't sow it. It's just what came back. That little windmill can maybe orient you. Anyway, why I'm here right now, you can see this has got all this full August, mid or late summer growth where the pigs haven't been here. Anyway, what I was going to say is the reason I'm here now is because I'm going to move my perspective down there where you can see that spool just about there, because I've mentioned it before. Right at the area you're looking at now, there's an effective valve where an aqueduct will split. The one side will go to the barn, and yes, I know I've got a lot of work this winter to do on that barn. And the other side, it'll be one or the other, or both. The other will go down toward that spool, and it'll turn a water wheel going toward the left, probably, or toward the right. It'll drop, maybe 8 feet, and then go on to a water wheel, a second water wheel, or it'll just go straight out to go over a very high water wheel. But I'm going to move the perspective down there. That's where I was. It's a little bit risky where I'm standing right now, but here's that spool that you were looking at, and this will be my perspective. And why I'm making this change right now is because the weather conditions seem to be right. The mud is now not there, and all these timbers that are laying everywhere that I've been rather apologetic about them, they're the remains of a barn that burned, my neighbor's barn that burned. And what I intend to do, I already started down there where you can see that orange straight edge with the level. I'm going to lay out 3 or possibly 4 faux cuts. They're going to be lined up. There'll be a water wheel on the left of the series of 4, and there'll be a huge water wheel on the right. And we'll just see how far I get. These shorter timbers that are broken and rotted and stuff, I'm going to take them down to the pond to add to the chestnut raft. These are all chestnut, incidentally. But the longer, better ones I'm going to use within these faux cuts. So we'll see how it goes. That's where I was. You probably can't make up. Maybe if I hold the camera still enough, you can see that spool. And anyway, I just decided I should maybe film this too, because I've turned the pigs in here to start the work of cleaning this up. And look at what they do. I mean, this basically looked like that, just beyond the fence. And look at what they do. Just digging and rooting. And this is just what I want them to do, because this is really beyond my control without the pigs. And they've been in here, had available to them about a week now. And of course I work with them a little bit, but just, this is what they are able to do, and what they would do to your yard if you pride yourself in your yard and pigs get in. I haven't spoken much about this building either, because I'm not exactly ashamed of it, because it was a miracle it stood as long as it did, but it finally blew over. Oh, I don't think it's been a year. It might have been a year ago. And I just let it go because I knew I didn't have time. But now sometime this winter I'll start jacking that back up. It landed on the tractor when it blew sideways, but I don't think it damaged the tractor too much. I call this a sawmill building. I pieced it together out of 2 other buildings that were just in a pile that they had also collapsed. And of course the pigs, they're going underneath there. They notice it's dry when it rains. And the worst is, I hope it didn't damage the saw blade on the first of my sawmills. I was looking at it. It looks like the timber missed it barely, and it looks like it's under that rubber. It looks like it's still straight. That would be the worst. The rest of it, it's not really any problem. I can just put it back together with better wood too, and I know how it went. All right. But this all starts with the pigs. The pigs make this possible because they get in here, clean stuff up. Let's take one last look at this for today. I worked on it some this morning. Adam the Oxman is my nickname for him. He was here this afternoon, and we worked and we took away timbers that we weren't going to use, I knew, and I straightened stuff up, and you might be able to imagine it a little bit better now, how it's going to be. I've come up with a name for this. I think I'm going to call this the Western Mill Complex, I think, because there's like 5 water wheels and 4 windmills in this western side of the campus. There you can see the sluices that I'm going to use. There's more up here for one water wheel. Basically stuff is lined up. So I'm not sure when I'm going to get back to this. I hope soon. All right, bye for now. I'm already back. I thought, this might be worth trying to capture in the camera. That's an area that was almost hopeless in terms of getting it back under control because of it was so poorly drained, and it's looking pretty right now. Oh, there's a pig. The timing is such that they know I'm soon going to call them, and they'll hopefully going to be coming out of everywhere. All right, I'll try again. Bye for now.